Remote raid passes in Pokemon Go are officially getting unnerfed, but it is only going to be temporary. Yeah, so we gotta talk about this because I was really happy at the news, but once I read the details, I was kind of disappointed, and there's a lot of reasons why. That's what this video is going to be all about, so let's roll the intro and get right into it. Hey, how's it going everyone? It's me, it's Jinsula. I hope you're having a good day and welcome to today's Pokemon Go video. Alright, so yeah, remote raid passes are getting unnerfed for 2 days only, and it's going to be for this coming weekend for Pokémon GO Fest Global. And I have a lot of thoughts regarding this that I really think Niantic needs to pay attention to. For one, let me start off by saying, yeah, I'm really happy that remote raid passes are going to be unnerfed temporarily at least, and I do think there's going to be a lot of people who are going to be actively raiding this weekend. So what exactly are they doing? Well, currently there is a limit to how many remote raids you can do per day, which is right now hard capped at 5. They're taking this limit out for this specific weekend so that you could do as many raids as you can regardless of wherever you are. I think this is pretty good because based on my experiences at Pokémon GO Fest New York, raiding is a big component of it. So for a lot of players who are not able to go out and physically raid in person, this is a great opportunity for them to actually enjoy Pokémon GO Fest without feeling like they're missing out on anything important. Now, there's a couple of things that I'm concerned about. First and foremost, there is Mega Rayquaza. So, back in Pokemon GO Fest of New York City, and the same thing was happening in Osaka and London, in order to get Mega Energy for Mega Rayquaza, you needed to raid in person. You wouldn't get any Mega Energy if you remote raided, and I wonder if this same restriction is going to apply during this weekend. It would be a huge bummer if you did not get any Mega Energy from remote raids, because a lot of players may not necessarily be able to go out and raid, and if they want to get themselves a Mega Rayquaza, well, they will need to do Mega Rayquaza raids in order to get Mega Energy. And if they're going to lock Mega Rayquaza energy from in-person raids only, that's going to be detrimental for a lot of players. On average, I was getting about 80 Mega Energy per raid, so that means you will need to do at least 3 or 4 in order to get enough energy to get 1 Mega Evolution in, and I'm really concerned that a lot of players will not get enough energy. So I really do hope that restriction is not in place because I do predict that a lot of players will be wanting to get Mega Rayquaza this weekend, and it would be a huge bummer if they can't get it other than through in-person raid. Now, the other concern that I have, and this one's a little bit more obvious, what is going to happen with the cost of remote raids? Because currently, they are at an exorbitant price of 3 for 550 Pokecoins, and I'm not really sure if that's going to be sustainable for a whole weekend where there is no limit to remote raiding. This could be a huge Pokecoin sink for a lot of players, so I'm really hoping that they bring it back to at least 300 Pokecoins for 3 of them, or they should have some kind of really good discount for remote raid passes, especially just for this weekend. So yeah, I'm really kind of torn between all of this because on the one hand, I do like that they are removing the limit, at least for just these 2 days, but at the same time, I feel like this is still not enough to make up for the nerfs in the first place. Like, people just do not like the fact that there is a limit, and they do not like the fact that the prices of remote raid passes have almost doubled. I really feel like these two factors have made the gameplay just feel a lot worse than it did just a year ago, and I'm really hoping this is something that Niantic is taking into consideration. Of course, this was a big battle that we've had with Niantic for the last, I want to say, like 3 to 4 months. It really doesn't feel like Niantic is planning to change remote raids back to what it once was. So yeah, I'm wondering if Niantic is going to take a second look at remote raids after this weekend, because I really do think a lot of players are going to fully utilize this opportunity, because it's been a while since we've had no limit on remote raids, and I do think a lot of players will want to get as much raiding in this weekend, considering the implications from Pokemon GO Fest. Ultimately, I would just want Niantic to unnerf remote raids permanently, but from everything that I've heard from Niantic themselves, it doesn't seem like that's the direction that they're going to go, and yeah, it's really unfortunate. I think for myself, it's been really detrimental to my gameplay, but at the same time, it's also been kind of a blessing in disguise because I'm spending a lot less money on Pokemon Go. I'm not buying Pokecoins as much as I used to, and yeah, I mean, like I've said last year that I went completely free to play, mainly because of how Pokemon Go has been doing, and you know, the remote raid pass nerf really solidified that. And, you know, I just feel like ultimately it's kind of a give and take, you know? Like, gameplay-wise, it's a lot worse, but at the same time, there's other things that I'm trying to do to make Pokemon Go actually fun and engaging, and it's been really difficult, to be honest with you. Like, Pokemon Go Fest New York City was phenomenal, don't get me wrong. Like, I really enjoyed that one event, but it's not enough to make up for the daily gameplay, right? Like, the daily gameplay just doesn't feel all that exciting right now, and I feel like a big part of that is because of the nerf to remote raids. So, you know, I'm really hoping Niantic is doing something behind the scenes, because at this point, Pokemon Go is in need of something exciting. And I do know that there's going to be some blockbuster features that are coming to Pokemon Go, but I'm a little bit trepidatious. I'm a little bit cautiously optimistic, because I really do not know what Niantic could do to make up for a lot of the mistakes and bad decisions that they've made for the past couple of months. And yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. Now, this wasn't the only news that dropped over the last 24 hours. We also got the dates for the next couple of community days for the next few months. And yeah, it's pretty exciting. I do think there's going to be quite a lot of exciting community days. We of course just had Froakie, and that was pretty hype. And I do think they're going to end the year on something strong when it comes to community days. I really do not know what it could be, but there were a couple of leaks that I reported on a few weeks ago that I do think hold some merit. And if it turns out that those leaks are true, I do think it's going to be really exciting. But yeah, I really don't know at this point. Like, community days have even felt a little bit lackluster. There's been some really good community days this year, but there's also been a few duds, and you know, that's just how community days have always been. So yeah, I don't necessarily think community days are going to be enough to save the game, but I really do think it's going to come down to gameplay. And yeah, I've already talked about that in this video. And yeah, at this point, that's really all I have to say. So yeah, let me know your thoughts regarding everything that I talked about in the comments down below. What are you thinking regarding this upcoming weekend? Do you think that the unnerfing of remote raid passes, even temporarily, is a good thing, or do you feel like it's just a band-aid fix? Let me know your thoughts down below, and let's have a great discussion. And thank you so much for making it to this point in the video. If you ended up enjoying it, make sure you hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if it's your first time here. And also, don't forget that little bell so you can stay up to date on whenever I upload videos. And I want to give a quick shout out to my patrons on Patreon. You all make this channel content possible. If you want to support my channel in any way, big or small, then make sure you check out the links in the description below. For all my patrons, they get a permanent spot on my in-game friends list. So if you want to interact with me in some way within Pokemon Go, like with remote raids, then do consider joining me on Patreon. Also, if you want to support my channel non-monetarily, you could always do so by following me on social media. I'm on the following platforms, and my handle is @Jinsula. So make sure you go there and follow me there. Alright, and with that said, that's going to be it for this video. I am Jinsula. Be safe, have fun, love yourself, and I'll catch you all later.